Hey y'all! Well, been gone for a little bit and took a little break this summer from doing YouTube videos. Had some people emailing me asking if I was okay. Yeah, I just took a little break, and I have been still dealing with some health problems, nothing major, but that some of you older folks probably have experienced. You hit kind of milestones in your life where you go through bam, 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 several little procedures or health issues that you got to get past, and then hopefully go through a stretch of being okay for a while. And they had some skin cancer on my back they removed, and just nothing major, but just a lot of little things. And so I've been trying to take care of all that, and I've been trying to get caught up on customer orders. And you saw I finished that Ultra 300B, but I got that thing the final touches on that. Trying to navigate some tube deals for customers. Built a EL34 phono stage speaker combo for a customer. Been working on my music room out in my backyard, or the building workshop. I don't know what I'm going to call it, but yeah, sound shed, whatever it is. I don't know what it's going to be called. But anyway, been dealing with that. So glad that I hired those acoustical engineers, because they've been just amazing. And I'm going to do a video to get caught up on that, where that process is. One of the deals that I'm working to is the architect that's going to do like all the drawings and get all the stuff ready for permitting and, figuring out all this stuff. He wants a tube amp for payment and a phono stage and some speakers. And so went over his house, and I think some RP600Ms. I've got a pair of those that I don't use anymore. I think would be perfect for his use. He's not like an audiophile, and I know some people hate them, but they're nice, spunky sounding speakers. And so I'm going to set him up with a pair of those that have been upgraded, crossovers and stuff in them. And I've also got one of my phono preamps that I'm going to kind of custom do for him, so the cables lay out really nice with his setup. And then I took him over these two chassis, and he's got a really nice, fairly large mid-century modern house that he just built about 5 years ago. And he got it kind of decorated all mid-century modern. So that's one of the reasons he wants a tube amp. And, he wants something obviously that sounds nice. And it's funny, I was kind of curious what his system that he currently has sounds like. And he's got some kind of Project Carbon with a built-in phono preamp. It's one of the lower tier ones. It's not a super fancy one, but I don't think it's like the cheapest one. It's got like a Sumiko cartridge, I think. But anyway, he's got those and some Clips the 5s, those little powered bookshelf speakers. And he put an album on, and I was like, whoa, yeah, that sounds horrible. Yeah, we're going to fix you. It's going to be real easy to come up with something that sounds exponentially better than what he has. But he really liked the size of this chassis versus this smaller EL34. And it's kind of the same size as the turntable, and so he's got like this kind of shelf unit, and he's going to put this on one end and the turntable on the other, have the phono stage in between it. It's all going to be, part of it is for aesthetics. And so I need to come up with something to make out of one of these chassis. And I was thinking a KT88 amp would probably work great for him. And in the past, I've done similar to that Blue Glow KT88 deal, where we used a 9-pin driver tube. And so these have octal sockets in them. And I think I've got some bare chassis this size, but I don't want to start from scratch when I've got these that are already laid out really nice and already fabbed up with the tube sockets and stuff in them. And so I started thinking too about those Blue Glow type KT88s to really get to full power. And I hope the audio is not ringing from this chassis sitting here. If it is, it is. I can't do anything about it. Anyway, I want to move those over there because I could hear the audio ringing. But anyway, the issue with those Blue Glow amps, as good as they sound, and I think I sold one to a customer that of the kind that I build that have that 6EJ7 in them, and the same thing with my KT120 monoblocks. They need a preamp to drive them. And the 6DJ8 version, like the Blue Glow one, same deal. It doesn't have enough gain to make full power off of a line input. And even as hot as my phono preamp is, it's probably still going to struggle. And so I started thinking about it, and I was like, I've never tried doing the 6S7 Cascode front end that I use in my 300B amps on a KT88. And a KT88 needs even less voltage swing, and so that's going to make the input sensitivity a lot higher than the 9-pin driver. And some people don't really understand that a Cascode, even though it's using 2 triodes, is still a single stage driver. It's not a 2-stage driver. And so you don't, because even when you direct couple them, the signal's going through, 2 stages. And it flips and inverses and all that stuff, and you can have phase shifts, and it avoids all of that. So we're going to try doing a KT88 build with the 6S7 Cascode front end and some Hashimoto EI Core output transformers. And, I think that's going to be a nice trade for all the architectural work he's going to do for me. It's probably got a $4,500 deal. And so that's something that we're going to be working on soon, is showing you building that. And I don't know. We may go into some detail of it, but I think it's going to be more like, here's this, here's that, kind of a thing like we've done when we've kind of done revisions of an amplifier instead of starting from scratch in every solder joint. But we'll see as we go along. And then, like I said, I need to do a video about the room and show you the heat maps they've developed and how we've kind of figured out how to do the layout where it's going to use the workshop as kind of an airlock or a partial sound dampening for the door into the main listening room, and also keeps that from being an exterior door, because most of these soundproof doors are not exterior proof doors. And we may end up doing I can't think of the name, I'll put it up here, where you put 2 doors together, where you open one door and then there's the other door, just to help soundproof it even more. We'll see if it's even needed. But I think some of what people are missing is, I'm not trying to keep the sound in the room. That's not my concern. And while I do want to reduce the noise floor in the room, hopefully down low 30s, maybe even 20s, because in my house right now it's at like mid 40s. And if I can reduce the noise floor in the room 15 dBs, that's going to be huge. But the main thing I'm shooting for is controlling the resonant frequency of the walls and putting enough mass in the walls where they're not resonating in lower frequencies and just causing all sorts of problems. And that's what people put these massive bass traps and stuff in rooms trying to control. And I'm trying to control it with the construction, which will eliminate the need for not all, but as much sound treatment as some rooms end up needing. And then one of the things I also am trying to avoid is over-treating the room, because I've been in a room that was over-treated, and that's not pleasant either. But anyway, so we're going to have this KT88 build. I had someone order another one of those Ultra 300Bs, trying to like kind of get that sorted out. Got some color preamp kind of stuff coming. We're going to be doing a 6SN7 color preamp instead of the 1287, and so that's going to be interesting. I don't think it's going to be that big a change to the circuit. I've kind of done the math, and I don't think it's a big deal. So anyway, just wanted to do a little catch-up video, and thanks to you folks that were concerned about me. I'm sorry that the content kind of fell off this month, but I just needed a break. And you know, like I've told some folks that want to like send me gear to repair, or they want to get somebody want me to re-chassis a ST70 for them, and they didn't really understand how much work that was going to be. They like, just unbolt the parts and put on the other ones. No, everything's got to be unsoldered, and then I got to clean the solder off every pin on every tube socket before you resolder it. And it's like, it's more work than building one from scratch. And for me to do something like that, I've got to be in the right mood. And I'm not doing this for a living. This is a hobby. And we're going to do a video. I think the Monday monologue is going to be about hobby versus business versus just listening to music and what being an audiophile is all about. So save that for the Monday monologue. But I just wasn't in the mood to make videos, and so I haven't made them. And so hope you know that I do this just because I really love it. And I enjoy making videos for you guys. I enjoy putting them out there. One thing, too, I think that surprises some people is none of my videos are scripted. There's nothing here that I'm looking at. I don't even have any notes. I just sit down and record video. And so, yeah, I'm doing it because it's fun. And I am enjoying being not an elected official anymore. That's been a big stress relief. And hopefully over the next couple of months, I can get the last of these little medical things dealt with. And in case you're curious, I'm turning 68 this fall. And so there's that. Some people think I'm younger than I actually am. And so, yeah, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. And so, like a lot of you guys that I know from looking at the demographics that are watching my channel, you know, this is kind of my last little thing in life. And I don't want to think about it like that, but I want to do it right. And I want to enjoy the things that I enjoy in life, which has been this hobby that I've picked up later in life of working and building electronics and really getting into the audio thing and just have some fun with it and take you along for the ride. So anyway, thanks to all you folks that support the channel by subscribing, being members, being Patreon, donations, whatever, buying my gear, just everything. And even just folks that watch my videos. I really appreciate all of you. It makes this more worthwhile to me to be able to share it with so many people. And thanks to you folks that send me emails with pictures of your products or projects and stuff that you've built. That's always fun to see that I've inspired people to get into this end of this. And yeah, don't be scared of just picking up a soldering iron and doing it. It's not that hard. So anyway, until the next video, have a nice day.